Hello and welcome to the Ghana's in Africa pod. Good to have you here. It's been a while. I haven't recorded a video in like 2 weeks. The last time we recorded was the Southampton video we did. I decided to take a bit of a break, but it got boring because there wasn't any decent football playing. But we're glad we're back. The Premier League is back for the weekend. We play away at Bournemouth. And now the weekends are more meaningful now that there's sort of real football, Premier League football. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Bournemouth is one of the teams that I like watching play. They play some really good football, some attacking football. We beat them last year and the season before at their ground. I'm excited about the weekend. With the international break, not much was happening except injuries for Arsenal players. A few players who had injuries over the international break or before the international break as well. Other news was in the women's side, Jonas Eidevall resigning as an Arsenal manager. I think that's because of the poor start the team has had this season. I think we played well in our Champions League qualifier games. And then the start of WSL, we were struggling. Our first game we drew with City at home. We won at Leicester. It was a difficult game. We didn't play well at Leicester when we won. We drew with Everton at home. I felt at that point something needs to change because that was really poor. And then we went away in the Champions League to Bayern. We lost 5-2. And then we lost to Chelsea at home. So that week was really, really tough for the team and something needed to happen. I didn't expect it to happen like just after the Chelsea game. Expected it probably to happen after this weekend because we had a Champions League tie which we won during the week against Valerenga, and then we have West Ham this weekend. I expected them to make a change during the international break, but yeah, the reason I think the news came out on Monday or Tuesday. I think on Tuesday. Yeah, it's been tough. Like, I think looking at Jonas's tenure at Arsenal, there are some great moments, some games. We won 2 back-to-back League Cups, which was great for the team. But I think I felt like we never had the style of play. Like, we know Arsenal is a team that plays, keep possession, dominates teams with the ball, suffocates teams. I don't think in many games we felt that. He was really good in big games. I think Jonas was good in tactics with his team, like in terms of the big games, sort of some of the big teams, their identity, their way of playing. He was good at sort of coming out with a game plan to counter those teams or to sort of spot their weaknesses and punish them when they make mistakes. I think he was good at that, but beyond that, it was really difficult. We weren't dominating teams in the way that the Arsenal dominate teams in the way we play with the ball. And I felt his team was more of a moments team where you will be really good in moments. I think his best season was the season where was it 2022-2023 season where we had a lot of injuries with I think we had 3 ACLs in that season, where it was sort of a crisis management team where the team was small and we're fighting. I think we had a great run in the Champions League. We played Bayern and Wolfsburg. I remember that Wolfsburg game. We were so good. I was so proud of the team that day. In terms of how we fought, it was sort of his team was more about fighting with high energy, high intensity. But yeah, man, look, it's not good to see someone lose their job, but things need to change. We need change. I think the fans were starting to turn on the team, and the other thing is that this team has really raised the expectation. Now we sell out the Emirates now, so that comes with a lot of expectations from the fans, and everyone wants to watch that team. And when things are not going well, you sort of. I was watching the Valerenga game, and then usually the Emirates is like has good numbers when we play there all the time, but there were like huge spaces of empty seats because that the team is not doing well. Hopefully I watched that game. I think the Valerenga game, the Champions League game, where René Slegers who was taking as a caretaker caretaker or interim manager for the time being for these two games. I think we started well. Like for a team that lacks confidence, we started well, scoring in the first minute. Emily Fox scoring in the first minute. That was good for the team. And then thereafter we got the second goal. And after that we sort of struggled a bit. I think the girls were fighting some demons in that period. And then Valerenga scored a goal just before halftime. And then there was a period after they scored where the game was going nowhere. Like we weren't creating enough chances, we weren't attacking them, they weren't creating chances as well. It was just hard to watch because we're huffing and puffing. But what I was impressed by was the hard work. You can see the players are working hard, the forwards are making runs, they're trying things. But yeah, at some point we were patient, we stuck it out, we worked hard, and then the goal eventually came. And after that goal came, we could see some relief. They were more relaxed. They started to move the ball better. They started to pass with more confidence, the balls with more zip. And the changes were made, and scored another goal again, which will give them, hopefully it gives them confidence going to the next game to play with a bit more freedom and more confidence and more zip. Hopefully, West Ham is a difficult place to go to. We struggle there. Hopefully we get a win this time. Good luck to the girls, and hopefully we get a top manager. So during the international break, who that manager is, I don't know. Casey Stoney is available. I remember when we had Jonas, I was hoping we would get her, but we might say maybe there's Arsenal have better names out there. But yeah, good luck to the girls. Getting back to Arsenal men now, yeah. Look, something I want to talk about is injuries. Yeah, like to think of the amount of injuries we've had this season, and then to think of the performances we've put in. Like, I think we've done well to cope with those injuries. The number of injuries, I can count players who've had injuries and also who are still injured this season. Martin Odegaard should be top of that list because he's our key player and captain who our game is built around. So missing him in some key games as well during that period, very difficult. Ben White has missed quite a few games for someone who's been playing almost every minute in the last 2 seasons. For not having him on that right-hand side with Saka and Odegaard. It's been tough. It's like, I think Julian Timber stepping in was really good for us. I think Thomas Partey did well in the last game, but we don't want to see that again. Just to preserve his legs as well. He's been doing well this season. The injury, Timber. I understand with Timber, he had an ACL, he will get some niggles. But yeah, Mikel Merino on his first training session got an injury. Now he's back. I watched him in the international break. He came on the sub in the first game, and the second game he started. I watched that game very well. I think he played on the right and 8 side /10 for Spain in that game. I was impressed by his movement, his ghosting into the box, waiting for the ball, his turns, his control. I think he's getting rhythm in his game, which is good for him, and the fact that he got good minutes and played well, and he got a standing ovation when he was subbed off, which is good. Impressed by him. Hopefully he gets more minutes as well for Arsenal, and they start very soon. Um, and another player that has been injured is Zinchenko. I don't know. We don't know what his injury is, but missing him, who can help us add bodies in a different dimension to our defense or attack as well with Zinchenko. Again, David Raya was injured at some point. He missed the Carabao Cup game that we had. The games that Neto is tied. Is his cup tied for those games, so he missed that game because he had a niggle. Tomiyasu was very unlucky. Like, look, Tommy was very unlucky. He came on as a sub in the Southampton game, which was impressive, but he got another injury again. Kai Havertz didn't go on international duty because he had a knee issue, and Mikel in his press conference mentioned that he is struggling a bit, but they are hoping he will be available. We're hoping he will train on Friday and will be available for the game. Saka was taken off with a suspected hamstring injury, but Mikel said it's not a big injury, a serious injury. He should be available, but he was training. I'm not sure if he will be available, but hopefully he's available for Bournemouth. Martinelli had an injury as well on international duty. He played the first game and then played the second game against Peru for Brazil. Hopefully he's available again. Jesus has had injuries. Calafiori had injury in the last international break. But yeah, we've coped very well. I think that shows the strength of our squad and the fact that and the adaptability of the players, their ability to play in different positions as well. We've seen players play. Seen Trossard plays as a 10 or an 8. We've seen Calafiori plays as a right back. Timber playing both right back and left back. Yeah, it's been Luke Havertz playing in the midfield and filling in for Odegaard or playing as an 8 or playing as a forward. It's good. It's good for the team, building different ways of playing. That's how it's helping us, but I think in this period we need people to come back from injuries. Hopefully, some people have recovered some of the niggles. People like Timber and Ben White, the niggles that have, Kai Havertz as well, and Thomas Partey as well had. Apparently, he was sick. He didn't go with Ghana during the international break. Fully got a breather as well. Yeah, look, I'm excited about this next period. We have some really interesting games, which will sort of test how good our squad is. Hopefully, people come back like Odegaard, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Timbers, and Chenko as well. We need the numbers, especially this period. We play a game every 3 days, so we need those players. Yeah. Another news this week was the England manager. Yeah, it was funny to watch all the English pundits losing their minds over Thomas Tuchel, where they prefer to have an Englishman as a coach of England. Look, I don't know, man. I don't think what I was thinking about is there a candidate, English candidate there sort of that sort of probably has a close CV or what Thomas Tuchel has achieved? I don't think so. Probably the closest to him is Graham Potter because of his football education. I think his football education is. I think he coached outside of England. I think it was in Belgium or Sweden, somewhere in those Scandinavian countries. He went through the ranks there with the teams, and he learned different type of football. He went to Brighton where he had a good thing going on there. That club, and he went to Chelsea. I feel like he went to Chelsea at the wrong time. I think he's a good coach. It was Eddie Howe. Apparently, he wasn't contacted by the FA. I don't think. I feel Eddie Howe probably needs to stick to. He needs to stay in Newcastle as long as he can and and build his philosophy in his game. I think having Tuchel as a coach, I think he's a good cup coach. He's really good in cups. I think an international manager needs to be good in cups. And as well, he's a very good coach. Like, he's a really, really good coach. The things he does in games, you won't. Some people won't see. They just look at names and stuff. But the man is really good coach, and he's won wherever he's been. Um, I think with this English England team, quite a talented group of players. You don't want to miss. They've. I think Gareth Southgate was there for 8 years or more than 8 years. I think they need to. I think they need to use this period very well with a coach that will build the team in a way and sense that the best players will be able to play and they will be able to achieve what they need. I would love to see Saka, and they will learn a lot. Saka, Declan Rice, they will learn a lot. Hopefully, Ben White goes back and play for England. They will learn a lot from that guy. Moving on and getting back to the Arsenal, yeah, we're going away to Bournemouth this weekend. It's an exciting game. Bournemouth, a very good side. I think this season with Iraola, they haven't started the season the way I thought they would be. I think in their last 5 games, they won two and lost three. And the games they lost, I think they lost to Chelsea at home, they lost to Liverpool. In their last game, they lost to Leicester away. They're a very good side. The way they play their attack, their key men like Semenyo, I think Semenyo is the guy for them in attack. I think he scored 3 goals now this season. Very good player. Plays on the right, likes to cut inside, he takes short, he dribbles well. He works very hard as well. In general, their team is very good. Their midfield of Cook and the Scottish guy, I just forgot, Christie. It's a good midfield, but I don't think it will. Matching up with our midfield, they have to work very hard to keep up with them, depending on who we play in midfield. Um, I love their left back, Kerkes, very good player. Um, there's Senesi, the defender. They have Kepa in goal. They have a Brazilian striker. Just forgot his name. A good team. Justin Clivett, another player they have. Really, really good team. They play some good football. Like they press well. They win a lot of balls up high when, especially with teams playing out from the back. Especially when they play in that, I mean, like at the same time, like the late games in on Saturdays, they have so much in the small ground, so much intensity, and the crowd is on top of you. Um, yeah, they're a good side, but I think we can cope with them. Um, yeah, like look, they we went there last year and we won very well. Hopefully we do the same this year. With the players available for us, we should be able to cope with them. We have doubts, like probably the one doubt that I don't think Martinelli will play in this game. I don't think Arteta will risk with the games that we have and people that we have. The thing that Raheem Sterling and Jesus were sitting at home and going to training at Colney for the last 2 weeks, so meaning that you don't need to risk Martinelli. The team that I went with for Arsenal, sort of is quite the same team. Hopefully, we have people available. I went with David Raya, Timber at right back, Calafiori at left back, and then our centre backs, obviously Saliba and Gabriel, and then the midfield. I will have Thomas Partey in the six, and then I'll play a pure 4-3-3 with Thomas Partey, Declan Rice left 8, and Mikel Merino right 8/10. Similar role to Martin Odegaard, and then I'll have Trossard left wing, and I'll have Saka right wing, and I'll have Havertz up front. Look, that'll depend on injuries as well. In terms of the defense and in the midfield, I think Mikel will go with that 4-3-3 of the midfield of Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, and Mikel Merino. I think I would love for us to be more physical as well. This team is more physical midfield, just to dominate them, like with the ball and physically. I think we can do that. I'm tempted in terms of playing one of Ryan Sterling or Jesus, but the last game, I think I think the issue in the last game, I think Arteta made a lot of changes for that game. Um, he, I think the right back was major because he doesn't like to make a lot of changes. And with Jorginho, right, I will say the right back was a change. Jorginho in midfield, um, and then Sterling and and Jesus. That's quite a lot of changes for that team. But yeah, we didn't lose. We won, and the bench won the game for us as well. So it was good. I'm excited about this game. It's gonna be a good game, quite intense, but it's more. And we usually play very well away. We control games better than when we play home. Teams come out more when we play away, so they wanna take. And Bournemouth is a team that doesn't sit back really. They prefer to press. They prefer to be on the front foot, and teams that play like that, um, we tend to punish them a lot because there's a lot of spaces of gaps that they open up for us when we play. So yeah, I'm looking forward to some of the battles. Saka and Kekes on if Saka is available on the right, on our right, on their left. Um, I don't know who play right at the midfield battle of Cook, Christie, and our three midfield. Hopefully, it will be Merino, Partey, and Rice. It could be another player, Trossard in midfield, but we'll see. And then Havertz, I would love to see Havertz playing up front. I feel like he needs to start up front, so that we can continue playing the way we do a target man and dominating teams. Yeah, hopefully we win this one. I feel like a 3-1 scoreline for the Arsenal. Goals from Havertz, Saka, and Deckers. I think Declaration scored a goal. He's getting confident as well, and he's played well during for England international break. Hopefully, gets some goals. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And thank you so much. Come on, you guys.